I would first start off with apologizing for the audio in my house. It is very open, so it does echo a lot, so you will probably hear that in this video. But first, I would like to start off with the description of communication, which can be found online. It is the imparting or exchanging of information or news. Now, the reason why this is so important is because there are very definitions that you're going to find online, in your textbooks, or what have you. And there are several ways that you can get this information across to someone, whether that's via the news, via verbal communication, or nonverbal. And so what I want to start out with is the layout, or what this discussion is actually about. And I want to use a one-on-one communication scenario for this situation. Now, what happens is the sender creates a message. They send that message via verbal communication. The receiver receives that information and processes it, and then judges that information based off that verbal communication that they just heard. Now, this is where I like to input my opinion on the main concepts of communication here for myself, and that is nonverbal and body language. The reason why I don't go with verbal is because anybody can lie, anybody can stretch the truth, and it can distort what you actually know about somebody. So if you focus on their body language and what they're giving off non-verbally, then you can, sometimes judge for yourself whether that person is lying or not. Now, this is not an exact science, but we're going to use an example here where, let's say that the sender is lying about one of your friends, saying that they want to defriend you because such and such happened. Now, you're processing this information verbally. You're just processing information as it's coming to you without looking at the body language. If you do that, then this could end a friendship, and all was for naught because you didn't look at the body language. But if you look at the body language, now again, this is not an exact science, but some psychologists do believe that if you shift your eyes up to the right, then that does mean that you're most likely going to tell a lie. Whereas if you shift your eyes up to the left, then that generally means that you're going to tell the truth. Now, that's just one example of what you can use to, make sure that that person is telling the truth. Or you can use their nose and their mouth. Now, the scrunching of the nose, the smirking of the mouth, two major giveaways, whether, somebody has something sinister up their sleeves with this. A smirk's a dead giveaway. Maybe that they're just fooling with you, and you're able to tell that pretty quickly. But, I firmly believe that these two are the foundations for communication, because we didn't always have verbal communication like we do now. We grew with this. We, built upon what others had created. So, before verbal communication, all we had is body language and, maybe grunting or what have you with Neanderthal days. So, it is basically up to you how you define your own communication, but that's just how I see it. Nonverbal and body language can tell you a lot about somebody, and if you follow through with these steps, with the sender creating the message, sending that message via verbal communication, you receiving it and judging that information along with judging that body language, then you're able to, more accurately determine whether that information is correct, or not.